Hello everyone, welcome back. So now we're gonna take a look at adding displacement, and this is a new render, the same one like we did. I just changed the color to have a greener tint, and this is the final result. And what we want to do now is we want to add displacement, and we're gonna create two different ocean maps or ocean displacement. One is a large ocean and one is a fine ocean displacement, and we need a very intelligent mask to apply these displacement. The first thing is we want to apply the big displacement in this area, only in this area, and we can create a mask using the X position to isolate this area. We don't want to apply the large ocean displacement anywhere in where there's a lot of vorticity or the water is very shallow. Then we're going to create a second ocean map that is much finer in terms of details, has a lot of fine details, and doesn't display, the height is much slower, and we're going to use this for the fine or to get finer details. But we don't want again to apply this everywhere. We want to keep anything that is fast moving or has high velocity intact, and we want to isolate anything where it's calm and can be displaced or affected by wind. And we also don't want to affect anything that is shallow. So basically anywhere where the water is too shallow, we don't want any displacement. And this is the final mask, just to explain it better. So this is the final mask. Blue is where we're going to apply the big displacement or the large displacement details. Green is where we're going to apply the fine displacement, and red is where we're not going to apply any displacement. And you can see the red is where we have it's basically shallow areas and anything that is not fast moving. Okay, sorry, not the red. The green is where it's not too shallow and it's not fast moving or anything, and you can see it's flat here. Anywhere where it has high velocity or high vorticity, or if it's too shallow, we're not going to touch that. And so red is we're not going to apply displacement. Green, we're going to apply fine displacement, and blue is where we're going to apply the large displacement. And these are the masks. The first one is based on the X and Y position, and we're creating this ramp, this blue mask here. The second mask is built by analyzing the curvature, the curl, which is the vorticity, and the velocity of the surface field, and this is something we've done previously. So these are the two volume fields, and then we're using a volume sample to isolate that area. And anywhere where it's yellow at the moment is where we don't want to apply displacement. And the last mask is the shallow part, and this is where we don't want any displacement. Where it's red has potentially a chance of being displaced, and then that red area is going to be multiplied by the vorticity separation, and then this mask as well. And this is the final result. And what we're going to do is we're going to write this mask to disk and then do the same operation on the shader. Everything that we did here, we're going to do it in the shader. And what I'm doing now is basically, let's take a look quickly. So this area is creating the blue mask, sorry. So that's the ramp based on X and Y. And then the second one is reading that volume sample and isolating the fast moving parts. And where it's black is where we don't want to apply, where it's black, where we don't want to apply any displacement. So if I multiply these two, we're going to have this mask. This is where we want to apply the fine displacement, but we want to negate this. So I have computing the complement of the shallow attribute, which is this, computing the shallow attribute complement, and then multiplying that. So this is where we want to apply the fine displacement. And then let me take a look. And then we're adding also the back and computing the complement. We don't want to touch that. So let me check. Yeah, so the red is where we don't want any displacement, and then we have the green and the blue, and that's pretty much it for the mask. We're just going to recreate this in the shader, and I will do it from scratch and show you how to build this mask. And let's connect this. We're not going to use the red, but it's just for visualization. And then for the ocean displacement, let's take a look at creating these maps in the next video. Thank you guys for watching, and see you in a bit.